Well, we have the Paris Agreement, and every country in the world agreed upon that agreement. But the challenge of this agreement is really huge. We in our institute have looked at the potential of meeting those targets and meeting the targets of the greenhouse gas emissions related to the temperature rise we want, and how we can technically realize those solutions. And one of the issues that came out that CCS is an important element of future system options to realize those emission reductions. Furthermore, we also see CCS is often related to fossil fuels, and some people don't like that we can use fossil fuels because we use CCS. We see in our future scenarios that CCS is mainly combined with bioenergy. Then the biomass, while growing, is taken out the CO2 from the atmosphere. And when you use the biomass for bioenergy, you don't emit all the CO2 again. You try to capture the CO2 and put it under the ground. And that's how you can realize what we call negative emissions. So we clean up the atmosphere a little bit while also using a bit of the energy coming from the biomass. So CCS is playing an important role for that. Some people say maybe it's better to reuse the CO2, so not put it under the ground or under the sea, but reuse it again. We can do so, but of course we need more energy because CO2 has no energy, so we use hydrogen coming from electricity, we combine it, and we have new carbon compounds that we can use again. It's very important that we use them instead of the fossil fuels that otherwise we need to use. If we reuse those hydrocarbons instead of renewable energy, that's the wrong way to go. So then we eliminate the potential for negative emissions without eliminating emissions, really. So that's the main issue why we see CCS is important for the future, maybe partly also CCU. And the challenge is huge. We also need a lot of renewable energies, so people who are fearing CCS is coming instead of renewables, that's not the case. For the Netherlands, we saw that, in fact, maximizing CCS, we still have to have 60 or 70% share of renewable energy, which is now less than 10%. So also for renewables, it's a big challenge to come up with building the new system.